Hello, hello. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. I hope this video finds you in good spirits. Happy Sunday morning. May whatever higher power you serve keep them first in your life. Charlie Sheen. Lord, and why do I say Charlie Sheen? Charlie Kirk, a man whose life and brand was built on talking about Black people, giving out false information, false stats, flipping the script, making it look like Blacks committed more crimes, Blacks were, um, white people were more attacked by Blacks. You know, Black on Black crime was more. Stating civil rights movement was a mistake. Everything that Charlie Kirk pushed and the agenda that he pushed against people of color with disabilities in the alphabet community, it was dirty. It was wrong. The man was a racist, and he's gone. He's gone. He is gone. And so, what I say is that Charlie Kirk's agenda and he claimed to have Christian values did not match. Being a Christian is supposed to be Christ-like. And as Christians, we are supposed to love our neighbor, even love your enemies. You're supposed to show love. Now, on the other hand, I could say that he was a paid gatekeeper to keep the agenda going that my race of people was nothing, was nothing. Every video, if you do your research and watch his videos, he talks about the Black race. As a lot of us have talked about some of our Black gatekeepers, you know. But Charlie Kirk is gone. He promoted and spreaded lies. He debated people. And really he didn't debate. When he gave his stats, if you really look at the videos, he flipped the script to make you believe what he was saying was true. As a lot of us, our entire lives have set up and believed what the media has told us and what the federal government has showed us. the powers to be that run this beautiful United States of America have found the best way to keep their agenda going, getting rich, making money, has been to keep people arguing, fussing, fighting. You know, everybody's got a degree in what they call life. Well, first of all, I only talk about things that I have experienced, what I know, and then I do my research. I do not on my show. There was a fight tonight. I was trying to find out who was fighting. Never got an answer, so I Googled it. I do not talk about boxing. I really don't talk about sports. If I wanted to know anything about sports and boxing, I call avid sports fans. I cannot talk about what other people have experienced in this life, in this thing that we call life. All I can do is bring people on my panel so they can discuss their experiences. I am only a black woman, and my blackness comes in different forms. Black people come in all shades, colors, and we're some beautiful people. Some were raised in the ghetto, some was raised middle class, and some was raised by other races. I could never speak on them. I mean, I can speak on them, but I didn't have that experience. So when I was trying to mend bridges or standing in the gap, you know, and I go around to panels of all races, color, creeds, religious, and political backgrounds to learn about other cultures because I can't speak on anybody. I can't speak because I didn't experience what some people experienced. I can have an opinion. I can say I think this, but the reality part of it is what I have learned is that the color does not matter. Everybody wants the same thing, and that is to be happy, you know, to live a decent life, to have food on the table, a car to drive, clothes, and be able to enjoy life. Hey, Albert, I came into your show the other day. Hey, James Money. At the age of 63, I have seen, traveled the world, worked in corporate America. I've seen me being judged by the color of my skin, not by what I know, not by I can do the job, not that, I should be promoted, but such and such is of a different race. Such and such knows who, knows this person, that person. And so when, and people are going to stick by who they like, whether they're wrong, regardless of what they say to other people. People are going to go to bat because they are cool with somebody or they are part of their crew. It don't matter if they wrong. So see, that's a lot of problem in the world right now. We call nobody out for their wrongness, but you ain't gonna go against. That's my sister. That's my fam. When that's why the lies and life will continue. Nobody will call nobody out on their wrongness. Now, these are some observations I want to make. And I've said this before. There's good and there's bad. Everybody wants to make it seem like everybody's good. They're not. There are evil spirits that are running on this earth and evil people. And if you can't believe in good, you should be able to believe in bad. We want to say we lucky or we blessed, then you got to realize there are some bad spirits. And Lord knows I don't want them bad spirits nowhere around me, by me, or attaching to me. And evil spirits will attach to you. And before you know it, you're a dirty, no good, racist, you're spewing venom, you're you're doing lustful things, because there are evil spirits out here. There is such a thing as witchcraft that people tend to forget about. But nonetheless, Charlie Kirk is dead, and nobody deserves to be unalived on national TV in front of children and kids. Charlie Kirk's agenda had been fulfilled. He, Charlie Kirk, evil, racist comments that he was making, that he was saying, reached millions of people to keep hatred going. Hatred will still go on. People will still have the notions that even though black people only make up a small population of the world, black people will still think, due to Charlie Kirk, that, you know, we can't fly planes. You better be scared if you see a black pilot. All black women are not smart. They don't have brains. The LGBT, well, I say the alphabet people, they're nothing. His speech, his rhetoric, his rhetoric was placed on a new generation of people coming up. So everybody that don't know any better, that choose not to know any better, have deemed Charlie Kirk as some type of hero. Father, forgive them, for they do not know any better. A hero that is claiming to be a Christian loves thy neighbor. That's it, that's all. They do not talk down on other people. They love thy neighbor. They try to help thy neighbor. Charlie Kirk and his Turning Point USA made $12 million to promote hate. He was able to go to colleges and universities. There are no people that can go to any colleges and universities and say, y'all been lied to. There are more white people on welfare. We don't get that power We don't get that privilege. And then you have people, they're saying he lived a good Christian life. I don't care from the Bible to the Quran to the Book of Mormons. And Utah is a Mormon state to the Jehovah Witness. Nowhere are the Muslim religion. All of these different religions, Christianity, spirituality, whatever you say, none of them promote hate. None of these books, from the Bible to the Quran, none of them say to hate people. That is the devil's work. Those are Lucifer's people. So I don't want to know those people. I don't want those type of people around me, and I don't want to belong to them. But as we can see from Hollywood, especially Hollywood, everything that's being exposed, and what has been exposed is all the demonic behavior that was put in place to keep us, the American people, fighting each other, fighting. And can't nobody tell me that to be a Christian, which means to be Christ-like, if you follow Jesus, nobody can tell me that none of this stuff says I'm supposed to hate a certain group of people. But as I have lived and been on this earth, it's promoted and it's taught. It's taught. It is taught behavior. And what we're seeing now is paid behavior to keep the agenda going. And I want to say the views and opinions expressed are those of Darlene April of the April Showers Network. Just because I get on my shows and you know, I'm on here, I come on anytime tonight. When I find things so outrageous, so outrageous, I'm just blown, blown away. My mind is gone. Like, for me, for me, like, when somebody says they like drill music. Now I have to respect them because I respect everybody, but I'm blown away. So my reaction might come out in my voice. How in the hell can you like drill music? And it promotes unalive and this and the dead. Because I get emotional and talk loud does not mean that I'm drunk. See, y'all missed that version of me back in the day, about 5 years ago, when I was really drinking that fireball. Us small content creators on here that's giving a message, I support everybody. I go to their panels, but I don't think any of them is God. I don't, you know, can't nobody sit up. I don't have to double check with somebody else, another content creator. I do my own research. There's nothing anybody in this world where I'm gonna believe their word is 100% the gospel, or the media, or the news. Because most people, like Charlie Kirk, when they spin the narrative and they give their shows, they have twisted the facts. They've made it into a lie to fit the audience that they want to cater to. Some people have good talking points. They sound good. But who are these people really? I refuse at the age of 63. I'm going to support you. I'm going to come to your channels. I'm going to listen. But I also know, as a human being, we are emotional people. And we are going to take what we see or what we hear. We're not going to listen to the full story. We're going to take it to fit our agenda. Now, for the life of me, and I shouldn't say for the life of me, I understand how some people, they would say Charlie Kirk, he was okay, he was a good guy. Well, if you believed in insulting other races of people, if you believed in talking about the black race, the LGBT community, you talked about everything in the black community, from the way they ate to college educated people to people playing in sports. Every aspect of being a black person living in the United States of America, Charlie Kirk talked about it in a degrading, distasteful, insulting way. I never heard Charlie Kirk say anything good. Never, never did I ever hear this man say anything good. As I have stated to everybody in these YouTube streets, you are beautiful, you are amazing, because you decided to get on YouTube. Some of you decided to show your face. Some like me, I can't say all words properly, but I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid the money of a Gail King. I come on here, I don't write everything down. It's what comes to my mind. I don't spell, I don't say all of my words correctly. Some of us can't say every word, and that's not a bad thing. But life goes on after Charlie Kirk. And if you didn't know who Charlie Kirk was, there have been enough video coverage, enough people talking about him. And I know my channel would never grow because those people know who to come for, who to present defending people. I'm going to defend right no matter which way I go. I'm going to defend right. When I talk about certain things, I'm like, don't talk about Trump. Every president we had, they've all been dirty and low down. We're looking at Hollywood, what's been going down, and it's not looking good. We find out that people have allegedly been paid. They were programmed and they keep the programming going on, and that is to keep us divided, to keep us fighting. Therefore, nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. See, when we were going down to City Hall back in the day, protesting, we wanted we wanted black people to get contracts. Even here in the city of Joliet, they're not right. They built a new courthouse. When you find out the information that the contracts was given out to other groups and no black people, when you go fight city council or city hall, you're supposed to be prepared, supposed to have your numbers intact. You be prepared. When I do my shows, I try to bring facts and stats that are correct. But I'm learning now. The United States government, along with allegedly the mayor of Chicago, you know, a lot of these numbers have been fudged. So you can give or take a few, but it's still more white people on welfare, more white people that have committed crimes, more white people that have did crimes on blacks. And do I dislike them because of what the stats are showing? No. I go by the way people treat me. And again, there are evil spirits in this world. People are looking at you right now. If they had a bad agenda, you will notice some of your family and friends won't call you until they done got into a fight with another family member. They tell their side, and you done pick the side. Or you're somewhere and every time you say something, people try to twist your words. Hey, Pam, one thing I have learned in this thing of life is there's three sides. There is their side, your side, and somewhere in the beginning. I don't pick sides. I don't roll with somebody or can't nobody say nothing about them or no, we rolling with them. That's our fam. Okay. I roll with the right way. I roll with anybody that's trying to do the right thing. I don't roll with people that's looking for a fight, looking for argument, looking silently trying to disrespect other people. And I certainly don't roll with people that call people names. Again, there are evil spirits. The whole world is a stage. We're just living in this world. I could yell, I could scream, I could say whatever I want to. That doesn't mean anybody's gonna listen. I am a woman. I am a 63-year-old woman. I see the way the game goes. I see the way the manipulation goes from family, friends, the workforce. Nobody is going with right. Nobody is calling anybody out. Charlie Kirk and the venom and the hateful comments against black people he should have never blown up the way he did. This guy blew up followers. But that's because that's the agenda. That's the agenda. Charlie Kirk was a hypocrite. He was not a Christian like y'all want to claim he was. Because he had no Christ like values in what he spoke on. The way he addressed people and talked about black people and the alphabet community was demeaning. Basically, he called black women the stupidest women on earth. That's what Charlie Kirk did. See, I'm just looking at history repeat itself. So when I get emotional, I look at it like a lot of people my age, they still stuck on, we gotta vote Democratic. We gotta do this. I'm like, not me. I'm a rebel. I don't go along with the program. I don't get down with the sickness. And I don't believe everything everybody tells me. When If anybody was to call me right now, because I've been to a lot of protests, I protested for a whole lot of things. You can go through my videos. Before I get on the bandwagon, before I go anywhere, I make sure I've educated myself on the subject, what we going down here to talk to the city council about. That's what I do. I try to come equipped with the best knowledge and correct stats and figures. I don't need people pacifying me. I do my own research to form my own opinion. I don't need anybody, you know, to tell me anything in order for me to come up with my opinion. I do my own research. Man is flawed. People are only going to give you their opinion based on something that they feel so that you can feel the same way. Comar 69, yo mama. Right now, as everything is being revealed of what's going on in the United States of America, and they have been talking about doctors and what the government, Robert Kennedy, all of these appointments they have made. I did my own research. Just like I tell people, why y'all talk about Trump? All the presidents that's sitting in office, they've all done something. So they don't get a pass with me. None of them. They're all dirty. They've all been dirty presidents as far as I'm concerned. None of them are no better than the next. And what I want to say to people is all of you content creators, you're some beautiful, amazing people, regardless of your race, color, creed, religious, or political backgrounds. Well, I ain't going into nobody's show that support the devil, that Lucifer, Satan stuff. But one thing I've learned in this game of life, this world that I'm living in, and you know, I'm looking at it as a stage play. People are going to stand by who they like. It don't matter if they're right or wrong. They're going to defend who they like. Okay, okay, Albert. Thanks for going. Thanks again, Albert, for joining me. The United States of America was built on a lie. It was built on a lie, and the lies they continue. And I thank God that I can read and comprehend. I thank God I know the difference between right and wrong. I thank God I can see the people with the sneak this and the sneak everything. I thank God for giving me discernment. I thank God for all of the knowledge, and I could use more. I just thank God for the person that I am. You can't tell me nothing. I'm going to find out on my own. I want to thank everybody for joining me for this show. I, Darlene April, see that my people will never, ever be united. I won't see it this lifetime. And I'm talking realistically. Because we don't defend what's wrong. We try to sugarcoat everything. And I do know one thing. Being a Christian does not being a Christian is supposed to be Christ like. And that's not talking about other races. I do know I could bring different people from different races on my panel, on my show, to give their opinions. But I could never tell them how they should feel on the subject. And I am of a different race. That's just like I could not tell the Kyra Thompson family that you know, they should love all illegal immigrants. And regardless to my race, color, creed, religious, or political backgrounds, I don't know anything else but the black race. But I do know other races want the same thing. When the good Lord, when I saw 63 being a life survivor, addiction survivor, a survivor of abuse, a survivor of so many things. All I ever wanted to do was to share my story and my experiences. I can't tell somebody else how to feel or this don't bother me. If some black people that was not offended by what Charlie Kirk said, that's on them. Because some of y'all don't even like being black. Life goes on. The agenda, the narrative was put out there to every college that Charlie Kirk visited. Those kids will not do their research. They will not find out that Charlie Kirk gave them false information. I have friends of all races, color, and creed. Can what's going on in Greece? So, things I want to share. And if you can go back to Lisi, right now, I don't know how much time I got on this earth. Okay, everybody, I'm back. So, the key takeaway points is Charlie Kirk's venom was spread to a group of mostly white college kids and anybody else that would allow him to spew his venom. Most of those people would not do their research and know that he gave false information or he flipped the script. He flipped the stats to meet the agenda that he wanted to present. And so the hate and the racism towards the black people and the misinformation of us being on welfare, committing the most crimes, black on black crime, will continue. And then in the meantime, you have our people still, some will say he wasn't a racist, some will say he wasn't. I'll say he was just a racist, probably a puppet. And then some will say he was a Christian. And I don't know what Christian. I don't know what faith. I don't know what anything. I don't know anybody that promotes hate other than Lucifer's people, the devil and Satan. And I don't want to know those people. This is America. This is the United States of America. And I'm just looking at history repeating itself. Nothing changes. And it's sad. So I see why most older people don't say nothing. Because why say something? If you get loud, if you talk, you have to be drunk. You have to be ignorant. Because some of us, it's very disheartening. It's very disheartening to look at history. Just keep going, the agenda going. Then you have people jump up and nothing's ever going to change. I bet you 10 years from now it'll be the same mess because my people are never going to unify. And that's probably why you have some of the people that talk about our race of people because if we can say we don't know what to believe, we lie for, but you believe one thing. And if you don't stand up for what's not right, I can't I can't be around those type of people. I can't have them in my life or around me, and I don't even go around these type of people. When people show me who they are, I'm gone. Yeah, I hope God blesses Charlie and his family. because they have nothing to do with the racist stuff that Charlie was spreading. His children are innocent, just like Martin Luther King's Jr.'s kids and wife was innocent, and Malcolm X kids and wife, they were innocent as well. Just like Dakara Thompson, poor girl was killed by an illegal. Just like all of the kids that have been messed with, just like all of these rich elite people that was going over there to Jeffrey Epstein's island. Hopefully they'll get their justice and tell their stories. So, just like all the priests that mess with, you know, the things that they did to the voice, you know, it's so much evil going on in this world. It's so much. And it's so much hate towards black people. It's so much hate. It is so much hate. It is so much hate against one race of people. And if you're not black, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. Like, I can't speak on how Asian people should feel, but yet I'm not mad at them. And I'm so glad that I can take care of myself, that I don't love money that much. Where people can pay me to follow an agenda and keep an agenda going. Keep an agenda going. When you realize the agenda is kept going. So all of those college kids will probably, you know, the hate will continue. This is April Showers. I thank you for listening to my live. I thank all the trolls that came here. You trolls, you give me life. Guns do not unalive people. It's the people that use them. Unfortunately, an evil spirit will get attached to these people and they think they're doing something great. Unfortunately, evil spirits exist and get in our people. And unfortunately, nobody wants to address anybody when they've done wrong. We go by who we like, and they're our family and all of that. We condone a lot of the stuff that goes on. We love evil. They've been pimping black people for so long, starting with the Mac, all the show. And at this point, I'm looking at can't nobody save y'all or help y'all because you're so messed up. You're so messed up. And at this point, who would want to help? Who would want to help? Because when you talk the truth or you talk, you don't talk the way people think you should talk. You know? But those that talk intelligent, oh, they're great. I get it. Oh, Pan, my man from Greece. Oh my God, Pan, how you been doing? We've been rocking with each other for what, about 10 years now? Pan is my DJ friend from Greece. Music, music, I'm a DJ. Music, oh my God, music. Music is my best form of therapy. Yeah. Music has been my best form of therapy in life. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go listen to me some Phyllis Hyman, get my playlist going, and then start listening to my inspirational music. Mm. But life goes on. You know, Charlie Kirk is gone. I went through my range of emotions. I'm probably, I don't sugarcoat my life. I'm not ashamed of anything I did because I don't have to answer to anybody on YouTube. I had to answer to God. But Charlie Kirk is gone. Yeah. Charlie Kirk is gone. He spewed a lot of venom and hate, and he talked about the black race. He gave misleading information, and the cycle repeats itself. History repeats itself. The white power still continues, and black people were still insulting each other, and it continues. And everybody want to look smarter than the next person, and that's why we'll never unite and get everything done. And get ready. Starting starting October 1st, I will be speaking on breast cancer, what I went through with being a two-time breast cancer survivor. And I will tell my story. Oh, Pan, that's right, you live in Greece. There was a fight tonight, um, and I was going to ask you how was the fight. Yeah, I could, I was, I didn't even know it was a fight tonight because I don't know anything about boxing, so I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't speak on boxing or the fight tonight. But I was trying to find out who was fighting, but I did Google it, and I was just going to see what your opinion was. The only thing I know about boxing is Muhammad Ali was a Muslim. He didn't fight for this country, but Howard Cosell, I think uh, him and somebody stayed into it. I know George Foreman was the oldest champion. That's about it. But you know, I couldn't say, oh, they had the fancy footwork. Or look at his right arm. Just like you don't, I don't talk about sports. I remember I used to think football was 7 points, but I found out it was six, and they kicked for a field goal. Only thing I know about football is the Super Bowl, and I've been to some great Super Bowl parties. Other than that, you'll never hear me say he was the best quarterback or something. I only engage in conversations that I'm familiar with or I've done my research on or things I've witnessed. Like, I'll support you, but you would never see me saying, well, this, because I can't tell other people how to feel. And I am going to make it to Greece. Um, Pan, I'm going to make it to Greece, and I plan on doing that in 2 years. So, to the audience, I don't know what's going to come up next. I'm trying to think because history repeats itself. You know, it's a revolving cycle. This don't surprise me. But this is April Showers Network. Ready to read my scriptures. And again, I will say this. You cannot be a Christian. Christian is supposed to be Christ-like. And no matter what religion that you believe in, I do not think they promote hate. This April Showers, I'm out.